Is this gonna be the worst mistake I ever made in my life? Maybe. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Ink and Fig. My name is Alex, and today we are doing my final TBR of 2022. It's time for the December TBR, our Lunar TBR. I gotta level with you, I haven't touched a book in 3 weeks. It has been a time lately, which is kind of this, like, the theme this year has just been like not getting things done, having some mental health stuff going on, but I would really like to make my stretch goal for this year. And I decided that my stretch goal, after I met my initial goal of 36 books for 2022, was going to be 50 books, and I'm only 4 books away. So I'm hoping that I might be able to do that this month. Now, Book Roast, as you may know, is doing a Christmas edition of the readathon. It's going to be a week-long readathon. There's sort of nothing that necessarily ties into the curriculum for Aurelium this month, which is great. And I think that I can actually participate a little bit. We're going to see what books I pick, and then I might try to fill in the gaps here and there to see if I can do a couple of those prompts. And then one of the prompts is just to hang out and vibe, not to actually read a book. So I'm definitely participating on that front. Going to hang out, vibe, watch some streams or something like that. I've been watching I Was a Teenage Ex-Colonist on Loading Ready Run's Talking Simulator lately. I'm catching up on the VODs for that, and it's so good. Like, it is so good. I will link the first one down below so that you can go and take a look. It is, like, it's a time commitment, but it's worth it. Without further ado, let's get into it. I think I'm giving up on my goal to read all of the books that I failed to read this year, because honestly, I am in the biggest slump of all time and I need something that I'm excited to read, not that I want to push myself to read. So I'm basically throwing all of that out the window. Let's just see what happens. All right, here we go. So we're starting out over here. Really want to get that moon so we can wrap this up. 2. We're starting out strong. I am actually going to go further away from the moon, I think. Whoa. Okay. Today I am using the Tarot of the Divine deck by Yoshi Yoshitani. These cards are absolutely stunning. They're all based on worldwide folklore, which I just think is absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna shuffle these up. I hope we get something good. All right, that is good enough. What is our first card here? She's upside down. 7 of Cups. Oh, okay, this should actually be pretty easy. The 7 of Cups is read a book with over 10,000 reviews. I'm going to finally be reading The Atlas 6 by Olive Blake. I'm actually really excited about finally reading this book because it looks, although divisive, it does look really good, and I think I'm going to like it quite a bit. We've got kind of a magical, dark academia thing going with this. As usual, I don't go in knowing too much. The average rating on this is sitting at just below a 4 star, so I think it might be better than what some of the people I've been hearing have been leading me to believe, which is hopeful because, again, this fits some of the genres that I personally really like. So I'm really excited to read this one. All right, roll number 2. Oops. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Sure. Okay. In the interests of keeping us hovering around the right place. All right, no moon yet. I'm holding out hope. Here we go. Kind of hoping for something to jump out at me, but also, actually, that's good. What's this one? Boom. King of Coins. Pentacles. It's like, some of these tarot decks like change up some of the names of the suits, and I'm always like, what is this? Yes! Oh my god, okay. I'm actually really excited about this. The King of Pentacles is read a book by an Indigenous author, and I actually have one coming in the mail from Book of the Month. I'm going to be reading White Horse by Erica T. Worth. Now, I don't actually have this book yet. I just ordered it from Book of the Month for my as an add-on to my December read. So it's coming, which is kind of nice because that means I have to pace myself with that one and I can't just dive right into it. White Horse seems to be a book about an urban indigenous horror story. So basically, we have our main character, Carrie James, who is into like heavy metal and stuff like that, and she's sort of very edgy. And she has to confront her family's past when given an old family artifact. I'm really excited to read this because I haven't read a lot of Indigenous horror, but I understand that Indigenous horror is very good, and I think this is going to be a really cool entry point for me. All right, so far so good. Please give me a 3. 6 again. I really want to stay in the vicinity of this moon for our last roll, so I think I'm gonna go straight back the way I came. I think I might just keep rolling until we get that moon, because I really want to polish this off before the end of the year. Okay, so this might end up getting a little bit more lofty than I was expecting, because I think what I might just do is keep rolling until we get that moon. I don't know how many books that's going to be, but also having a lot of books is going to give me a really good selection, which might help me get out of this reading slump. Because winter is the perfect reading weather, so having a lot of options is going to be nice. Okay, this guy. Oh, look at that. That's the 8 of Swords. Fuck's sake. 8 of Swords. We had this a couple months ago. Read a book you're having trouble finishing. Is there any book that I've had more trouble finishing than The Dragon Republic? Do I think I'm going to realistically read this month? No. Will it be the biggest feather in my 2022 cap reading-wise if I do finish it? Yes. All right, I really don't want to have 6,000 books in here, so I'm really hoping for a 3. Okay, fine. Close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're definitely doing more than 4 books. Okay, let's do this. Whoop. Ooh, that looks like Judgment. It's Judgment. That's actually a really good prompt, I think. Judgment, read a book with a higher than 4-star rating. I am finally diving in to The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'm actually really stoked about this, and this one for sure is going to get read this month because I've had this on my, like, not my Lunar TBR, but my TBR for so long. I love Leigh Bardugo's work, and I can't wait to jump into something that's not the Grisha-verse just to see how else she can flex her creative writing muscle. This one, major hype. So stoked for this. All right, we're getting into the bonus reads here. Okay. No, wait. That's book number 5. Oh my lord. This is gonna be a lot. Is this gonna be the worst mistake I ever made in my life? Maybe. So it looks like we're up to 6 books now. I'm gonna cut. Whoop. Hello. My favorite card in the whole deck, the Magician. The Magician is the major arcana that I actually vibe the hardest with, so love this. The Magician is read a book involving magic, and I actually know exactly what I'm going to read for that. Boom. I've been teasing this one for the winter season for a couple of months now, and that is The Winter of the Witch by Catherine Arden. This is the last book in the Bear and the Nightingale trilogy. I loved the first 2 books. They were sort of a very storytelling kind of voice, which is a little bit hard to get into at first, but I think that the story is quite engaging, and there's just a lot of vibes in this book, and I love vibes, particularly around Christmas. So I'm looking forward to finally getting finished with this trilogy. Give me a 1, please. Yes! Oh my god, we did it. We did it, team. Heyo, there's our winning read. All right, so it's only going to take 6 books, but we got there. Oh, I really hope this is a good prompt so that I can finish this book. Please. Oh my god. Oh, woo, hello. All right, we are doing The King of Swords. Okay, King of Swords is read a book by a male author of color. Have to read this one if I want to finish my lunar cycle. I can't wait. I am reading Medicine Walk by Richard Wagamese. This book is quite heavy. I understand this. It's about intergenerational trauma. It's about reconnecting with your family, particularly in an Indigenous context wherein families have been torn apart for centuries because of colonialism, right? And so in this book, we're exploring a father and son reconnecting after a number of years. The son, I believe, is 16. and we get to see them heal some old wounds and grow back together as a family. And I am really looking forward to reading this, even though it's going to be a lot for the Christmas season. I still think it's an important read, particularly because I kind of ignored, from a literary perspective anyway, I ignored Indigenous History Month last month. So we're going to catch up this month. Okay, so I am currently looking at the prompt list for the Aurelium Lightfall Christmas Readathon. Say that 10 times fast. And I'm just taking a look to see which of these things I can feasibly complete with these books here. So the thing about the Lightfall mini readathon is that it's only actually a week long. So I believe it's going from the 9th to the 18th of December. So it's not a very long time at all. So some of these bigger ones I think might not be the vibe for that week, but I'm gonna see if I can sort of wedge a couple of these other ones in there. So the Old Tales bookstore is Read a Mystery Thriller. Shank and Shawl Legitimate Retailer, very legitimate, is Read a Horror Book. Wallace's Wonderful Winter Wanimals is Read a Fantasy Book. I think that's going to work out perfectly with The Winter of the Witch, so we're going to give that a shot for sure. If you are following the Aurelium Readathon, can you let me know your thoughts on the Wanimal costume? Because I'm living. It's so good. Smith and Friends and Sons, Arcane Goods and Such. Read a Contemporary. Medicine Walk. Okay, Occult Premonitions, Read a Sci-Fi. Anyway, the last spot on this whole situation is The Rich Pigeon Pub, which there's no prompt. It's just come, vibe, hang out, and I'm gonna continue watching the playthrough of I Was a Teenage Ex-Colonist over on the Loading Ready Run stream channel. It's on Talking Simulator, hosted by Corey and Cameron. 2A+ human beings. This game is also like rad, super, super cool. Definitely go check that out. Again, I've left that link down below for you to go take a look and see what you think, because honestly, their streams are just fun to begin with, and this game is kind of really cool. And that is it. We got to the end of it. I am super stoked about this reading list. I'm gonna hold up what I have here for you. I can't believe I'm reading 6 books in December. Like, are you serious? So here are the 5 that I have, and then White Horse will either get here or not in a reasonable amount of time, and we can just make that happen, or not, as the case may be. I think between all of these, I have enough options that I can make my 50-book stretch goal for 2022. Not that there is any shame in not making that stretch goal. It's just personally, it would mean a lot to me if I was able to do that, because it's a big number and it would make me feel good. So that is my goal for right now. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure, as always, to have you here. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what you're reading in December, because I'm very interested to see what everyone else is doing for their last reads of 2022. And go and follow me on all of my social media at Ink and Fig. I am the most active over on Instagram, but I have also just joined Hive Social, which is a potential Twitter alternative for if Twitter actually turns off. I keep logging in every day and Twitter has not yet turned off. So yeah, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Just thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate everything that you do for me. I think that is it for today. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.